spend 30 seconds trying to plug in the mic before realizing that the USB uh, slot was upside down. Ooh, so smart. Um, Watching some playoff hockey. Playoff hockey's some good ass content. Real good. Tampa Bay, Florida's on right now. Kucherov just scored. The guy who was out the entire season because he had hip surgery. Tampa Bay just blatantly circumvented the cap this year. $9.5 million off their cap the entire season, just like blatantly. Oh yeah, Kucherov needs this he needs this like weird hip surgery. Like, yeah, it's been really bothering him the past few years. So he's just gonna be out for the season. We're gonna take it slow. Make sure he's all good to go. Oh, by the way, he's like 100% game one playoffs. He's fine. The guy just scored. I respect it though. That's just a smart move. Like, if you're not a diabolical GM or organization trying to win your respective sport, what are you doing? The other two games today were pretty good too. Both went into overtime. The Islanders and Minnesota, or fuck, the Islanders in Pittsburgh was good. I don't know who's got the upper hand in that series. It's probably gonna be pretty tight. But Minnesota beats Vegas 1-0 in overtime. It was 0-0 going in. I thought Vegas was gonna like steamroll Minnesota, but Minnesota's been pretty surprising this entire season. They just they go into this season with and their team looks like like you look at their roster and you're like, ooh. They didn't really have any centers at all. That's not a formula to win in the NHL. But then they bring in this kid, not really a kid, Kaprizov from Russia, and he's just lights out, automatically lights out. That's something you love to see. As an organization is like, yeah, we drafted this kid a couple years ago, but he wanted to stay in Russia. I think they drafted him. I'm not actually sure. But yeah, he wants to stay in Russia, and he's decided he's gonna come over now. Okay, I hope he's good. Fuck. And then he's like actually real good. That's a good look for an organization. The North Division though doesn't start until next week or later this week. I think it's Thursday, maybe Wednesday's the first game, because bum ass Calgary and Vancouver need to finish off their worthless, meaningless games. How stupid is that? Just like flip a coin. Oh, we have 2 games left. You get one, we get one. Cool. Fuck. End it. You think those players actually want to play? Like, that'd be so shitty as a player. You gotta play off. Like, playoffs have started, and you have to finish your 2 regular season like shinny games. Imagine getting injured in that game. Good God. My team Montreal, they're in against Toronto. Toronto's loaded, absolutely loaded. This is probably like this might be the best Toronto team that I've seen since I started watching hockey as a young lad. I can't remember players when I was younger. Like, oh yeah, actually the 1997 Toronto Maple Leafs are better. I don't know that shit. But from what I can remember, this is the best Toronto team I've seen. Matthews is an absolute stud. One of the best players in the league. But the last 5 seasons, Toronto's been bounced first round. Hopefully that trend continues. Like, I like Montreal, and I want them to win, obviously. But if Toronto wins, that's like, it's okay. I want Toronto to actually like figure it out. They have the best chance to win the cup in the North Division, probably. Them and Edmonton, because Edmonton just has like a superhero on their team, a half god, half man on their team. But if Montreal does upset them, like, 7 games, like 4 of the games, 5 of the games go to overtime, and Montreal upsets Toronto, it's going to be hilarious. All the Toronto fans and Toronto media just losing their mind. Tavares, get out. Nylander, get out. Kyle Dubas, fucking hang him in town square. Fuck that guy. Heads are gonna roll. It'll be a fun sight. I don't know what they're gonna do with, like, so the Canadian teams up until the conference final, they're gonna have no fans. That's gotta be tough in playoffs. No fans. Fans are a huge part of playoffs. Good for morale. So that'll be tough. I don't know if it's gonna be home and away after the conference finals, if they're gonna do the like everyone just plays in Florida or Texas. I think I would prefer that as a player. Like, I get a home game in Dallas's stadium, but like maybe there's like 1,000 of our actual fans there. I don't know. I think I'd rather that than an empty stadium. Maybe the fans that show up are like, we just wanted to see a good game, and it's not actually like a disadvantage for you. I think I'd rather that. But we'll see. I think Montreal can do it. They got some guys coming back. I think Carey Price is good to go. They got Gallagher coming back. Weber, I think, is going to be back. So we'll see how it goes. I think it's either going to be like 7 games grindy, or Montreal's going to get shit kicked. So we'll see. So me and my buddy have been trying to find this place, or a place to rent. Been searching for a few months now, and it's been pretty grim out there. Applying to a bunch of places, and sometimes we get chatted to, sometimes it's just straight up ghosts. But we got a response this week from an agent who was representing someone else's home, and I've always thought this was like so funny and so weird, but in the email, like professional, quote unquote professional email realm, why do you talk so weird? It's like I get an email from this girl. It's like 2 paragraphs long, all fancy, like it sounds real good, real professional, but really all she said was, hey, can you fill out this application, and can you send us a credit check? That's all she said. That's all she said. But it was 2 paragraphs of like, as per request, please see attached file, fill out form thoroughly, and due to COVID, we are going to be having a virtual tour of the place. Like, yeah, I already know. It's just funny how, like, I get people, you go to school, you're like you got your degree, you're like, okay, I'm a professional person, I got this career, I gotta talk real all nice in this virtual realm, but it's so silly. Like, just like talk to me how you'd talk. You're not talking like that any other place. You only talk like that over email. In person, you're not talking like that. So it's just kind of funny how in emails it's like this fake chatter. But it's fine. Like, it's fine. I'm not getting angry at this lady. I just think it's kind of funny. If I got an email from somebody who is like a real estate agent or whatever, and they talked all like normally or not professionally, I think like people would think, oh, whoa, this guy's not a good agent. Why is he talking like that? He's a little too loosey goosey for our liking. He's not very professional. But he's just talking normal, like how you talk in person. I would respect that, but I can see why people would think that's like a red flag. Weird stuff. It's like you want this person to put on this professional face and do this professional character, but any other time you just want them to be a person. It's kind of strange, kind of weird. If this rent lady just said like, hey, yeah, can you send us application, credit check, and we'll see, I'd be like, oh, okay, cool, nice. But I have to read this paragraphs of 95% gibberish. Not gibberish, but like wasted words. Like stuff you don't have to say. But I hope we find a place soon. Summer's coming. It's pretty much here. Weather's getting good. Stuff's gonna start opening up. It's bound to. I know lockdown got extended, but I think like my guess is they're not going to start opening things up until the vaccine is available to anybody who wants it, which I think is happening like next week or within the next like 2 weeks. Anybody who wants the vaccine can get it. I think they're doing people who have to go to work now. Like the age thing's gone. That's past. Oh, 50-year-olds, 60-year-olds, that's gone. That was like a month ago. But people who have to go to work are getting their vaccines now. So I think they're going to do it so that once that wave or that phase is done and it's available to pretty much like anybody who wants to get it, they're going to start opening things up. I hope that they do. I hope that they do. It's gonna be so dope, like getting past COVID stuff is open up again, and then things are just like back to regular life. You can just do what you were doing before. It's gonna be so sick, dude. I think like people are gonna be itching to get back to do anything. It's gonna be crazy times. People are gonna make decisions maybe they wouldn't have before. Pre-COVID, they're like, that sounds kind of risky. I don't know if I want to go do that. I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to take that pill. I don't know if I want to take that extra shot. I don't know if I want to try this food or go on this hike where there's lions and rhinoceroses around. I don't know if I want to do that. But now, post-COVID, people might be like, you know what, dude? Fuck it. Let's go. Wild. Could be wild out there. Oh, it's gonna be the booming 20s, just like the 1920s. Time's gonna repeat itself. Fuck, dude. I hope. That'd be pretty sick. Had my nephew over this weekend, and there was some good times to be had outside. The preliminary afternoon had good weather. In the later afternoon, it got a little cloudy and a little chalet, but in the early afternoon, the sun was out and it was good, and we were able to go outside, play a little bit outside. And there's this pile of dirt outside, and we were playing, and I would put my head like in the dirt and then lift up my head and make a funny face, and this kid was screaming laughing. Just me touching the dirt with my forehead and then making like a ugh face. This was the funniest thing this kid's ever seen in his life. Funniest thing he's ever seen in his life. But he didn't do it. He didn't repeat. He was just like watching me do it. So that's probably smart. He made a discovery this weekend. He had this pail. He was playing this empty pail, I'm like, oh, why don't let's go fill it up with water. We go over to the hose. I give him the hose and I turn on the hose. I'm like, yeah, just push this lever. Push it. And he didn't understand at first. So I'm like, so I grabbed his hand and like, push this lever. And then water shot out and he was like, oh, like all shocked. And then he started wielding it. He started spraying shit, just like holding down the hose. He's like, oh. I'm like, oh yeah, dude, it's pretty sick. We started filling up this pail, but he wasn't shooting at the bottom. He was shooting at the side of the pail, and he was creating like a mist cloud. And he had his face right above the edge of the pail, and he was just getting sprayed with mist. And he's like, oh, and laughing as he does it. It was pretty funny. And then once we got bored with filling up the pail, like 45 seconds later, we're just spraying the fence. We're spraying this one part of the ground, and he's loving it. He's like, oh, whoa, just spraying shit. Never has he wielded so much power in his life up to this point. He's probably fiending it now. He's probably sitting at home thinking about the frickin' hose. Next time he's here, he's gonna go right to it. I know he is. But then once he discovered that he can spray people, we had to turn down the pressure a little bit. Once he like accidentally sprayed me, and I was like, oh, it's cold. He was like, and started spraying people. So we had to turn down the pressure of the hose just a little bit, so it wasn't like a hard shot coming out. It was just like a little drizzle. We played with the hose for a while, but when the hose had to go away, that was not good. We wanted to play with the hose till the end of time. It's like, I remember when I was like a little kid and I was having fun playing with something, I wanted to play with that thing till the end of my days. And once it got taken away, or once the fun had to stop, or like, okay, we have to go now. Oof. No. Please no. But it was fun. I think he had fun. He's gonna, I think we're gonna try and get him to the beach or something. He might take up some swimming in his future. He looks like he's gonna be pretty lanky. Like, he looks like he's gonna be like a slender man. Not the slender man, but a slender man. So maybe he gets in the pool. Maybe he works on his butterfly. Maybe he's got a good breaststroke. Maybe he starts going to some competitions. Maybe he's in the Olympics. I don't know. Maybe I'm his coach. I was a pretty good swimmer back in my day. I remember when I was a kid, I took swim lessons, and I was diving off the smaller diving board, not the top. I'm not gonna boast too much, but off like the smaller diving board, I was going off with like the older, like the early teenager kids, like the 12 and 11-year-olds. I was like a few years younger. I was over there jumping in the water. Not a big deal. So I think I can teach them a thing or two. And we used to have a pool back in our day, and I liked going in the pool. Have the like the plastic basketball net set up. You got the small plastic ball. I was dunking all day. So I can definitely show them a thing or two about professional swimming because of my my experience. And whenever I went to Wally World as a kid, I fucked with the wave pool. I held my own. I didn't drown. I didn't even have a threatened drowning situation. I was just in there riding the waves. Maybe he goes surfer status. I don't know. He's got blonde hair. That could be a good look. But London, Ontario might not be the best locale for surfer training. Maybe there will be a nice virtual reality development where you can go surfing. That could be good. Is virtual reality going to be better training than real life? It might. Oh yeah, just you can come play the boogie board here at Dreamland for it's like, I don't know, $85 for 30 minutes. Pfft, I don't know. Oh my God! Freaking Kucherov just scored again. Oh yeah, we're really gonna like ease him into it. This is a tough surgery. Like it's gonna take a while for him to get back to normal. Um, we hope he's in game time condition for game one of playoffs. We're probably not gonna give him a lot of minutes. Like third line maybe, power play. Nothing crazy. Pfft, get out of here. Guy's good to go. 2 goals. He just ripped it. Get out. It's a good play. It's a smart play. I bet teams do that a lot. Like, oh yeah, this guy, oof, he's pretty injured. We don't know. But even though you got you're gonna make playoffs and you realize that playoffs is where you want to perform. It's not really just like you want to have a good regular season, but it's not really worth going all out in the regular season to get that President's Trophy or to get those like the higher points or something. Like you want to win the playoffs. So good for Tampa. I think like Florida's got home field actually. They finished higher than them, but Tampa's a monstrous team. They might just steamroll Florida. Oh, Florida, you guys actually figured it out. You got a good coach. You guys are playing well. You've been like on the cusp for a while, and you actually finally figured it out. Steamrolled, swept first round, defending champs Tampa. Come back next year. I hope this wasn't a flash in the pan. That'd be unfortunate for Florida. I saw the Mortal Kombat movie last week. I think I haven't talked about this, but you know what? Mortal Kombat's got a pretty cool story, but if you go into this movie and you don't know the games, you're gonna be like, what? I guess it was alright. Like I didn't really know what's going on. But if you know the games, like just be like, oh cool, yeah, like I know what's happening here. It looked like the budget looked on the lower end, but the fight scenes were good. Like the fight scenes looked like they were well choreographed, even though there was like some CGI fuckery in a lot of them. It still looked good. Like the kung fu movies are usually pretty good. But I like the story. Man, shows are like the way to go. If they could do like a Mortal Kombat show and like put some effort into it, put some money into it, it would probably be good. Because movies you just can't get it all out. You can't just get it all spaced out and fully explain it and like get some good character development. At least for like a movie like this, where like people pretty much need to know what's happening before they go see the movie, and anybody who comes in to see it fresh, they're just kind of like, I guess the fight scenes were good, which they were, but it'd probably be a pretty good show. Fuck, the Mortal Kombat story is long. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of like they do like the whole Marvel thing, like, oh, time has got into it now. There's now a time issue. Oh, we're going back in time. Oh, because we went back in time, or because this person fucked with time, this person's back alive. Ha ha ha. That kind of bullshit. But it was pretty good. And then after the hey, spoiler, at the end of it, they say they're gonna go to Hollywood to go get your boy Johnny Cage, pretty popular Mortal Kombat character. And then after it, I hear people tell me, or I see online, it's like, oh, they should get Ryan Reynolds to play Johnny Cage. That'd be such a good like role for him. Hey, dude. Hey. You saw the first movie, right? I don't think they've got that budget to pick up your boy Ryan Reynolds. They don't got that cash flow to pick up your boy Deadpool. I think they said this movie made $22 million. I could be wrong. It might have been 200. I don't know. But yeah, you're gonna need to like put up a little bit more cashola, a little bit more capital to recruit your boy Ryan Reynolds. I think it'd be cool, for sure. I think it's a good idea. Obviously, you want like a big name person, popular person in your movie. If you're trying to make that money. But I don't see him unless like 70% of the budget is his salary. I don't think he's gonna do it.